What's up, everybody? You feel this beat right here? Here we go. Hey! We about to stamp this out. So if you feel me, come on.
Hi everybody, it's Cindy here with Stamping Chick Creations. Welcome to my video this week. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in Brigden, Ontario, Canada. I have been a demonstrator for 19 years now and I absolutely love it. I could not imagine my life without it. So each week I have been going and recording a video for each of you, and I hope you're loving these videos because I am enjoying bringing them to you. So let's get started. Today we are going to get focused on Heartfelt Hellos, Softly Stippled Paper, and the Hexagon Punch, which are from the Celebration books. So I've designed 3 fun folds for you that I'm very excited about. I hope you're enjoying these videos, and I'd love to hear your feedback and input. And if there's something you would like me to create for you, just let me know. All right, let's get started and we will get going on these fun folds. So you're very lucky today. All cards are fun folds, and I'm giving you a double whammy today. I am using wild wheat. There's a couple different pieces to go with this card. But don't let this scare you because they're very easy measurements. If you're interested in the measurements, just reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to provide those to you. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this white piece here and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this into the inside of my card. I generally do not do this until the end, but for the purpose of this card, I'm going to do it first because I want to make sure that I don't mess up this card. And by putting this white piece on the inside will help me realize that the inside is already done. So it's a pretty plain Jane card. I do have this piece of wild wheat here that I have scored, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some adhesive on here. I could be using tear and tape on this to adhere it, but I'm going to use Tombow for the purpose of this video. Now, I am going to put this down on the front of the card, not on the inside of the card, on the front of the card. Okay, I'm just going to hold that there for a second. Well, I've got a little bit of gushing going on there, which is okay because I'm going to cover this up with some Designer Series paper here. So I am bringing in this Softly Stippled paper, which is a free item out of the Celebration book. It is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to use that on all the cards today, and we're going to use different pieces of it. So this one is one of my favorites, but I'm actually going to use this side of it, and you'll understand as I build the card my purpose behind that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive in each corner and one in the center, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this down like this. So a lot of our papers, you'll find now that the front side is a lot more textured or colorful and the back side is much more subtle. I love that because I love the fact that we can, you know, use the paper more and get more use out of the paper and stretch it out a little bit. All right, so the next piece I'm going to use is I am going to actually use this piece of wild wheat and I'm going to center it on the front of this here. So I'm going to adhere my glue onto this strip because our brains are wired to glue the whole piece, and we don't want to glue the whole piece because then we would kind of defeat the purpose of this flap. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere this on here. Again, holding that down. Okay. Now, I'm going to open this flap up and I'm going to take this second piece of wild wheat and I'm going to actually adhere it right on top. So it kind of gives this more of a finished look. You could skip this part if you chose, but it just gives your card more of a finished look. And you'll notice I am using more adhesive than I normally would use, but I'm doing that on purpose because this part is the mechanism. So this will get used a lot, so you just want to make sure it's very secure. This card is very easy to put together. So I just want to make sure that you're noticing it's not complicated to put together this card by any means. All right, so then I'm going to take this beautiful patterned paper from the softly stippled paper, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. And I'm going to put this down there. Okay, I'm going to close this up. And I'm going to take this other piece of softly stippled. That's a really hard word to say. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but softly stippled is a very hard word to say. Okay, well, let's get that out of the way. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. So let's take a look at what we have so far as this is trying to dry. So we have an opened and an opened, but then my card actually opens here. So you can see it's kind of a trap door. So this is actually going to go here, but to make sure that it's actually lined up properly, which actually that's pretty darn good, I was going to actually flip it over, but that might be kind of dangerous. So let's just do this. Let's just go ahead and glue this on the center. So this will be a secret message that we can put in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. Okay. I'm going to close up my glue. Open. Okay. Adorable. Okay, now let's finish this card off. So I am going to use, I have glue on my fingers here, sorry. What am I doing here? I'm going to take a piece of this white scrap. I am going to take Flirty Flamingo ink, because that is the color that could be in here. Could be Cajun Craze, or not Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral. But I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to say enjoy your day, because I feel like enjoy your day you can use for a variety of occasions. Again, let me use my glass mat to line that up. Okay, enjoy your day. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to close this up so I don't get my fingers in it. I'm going to take my hexagon punch that I absolutely love. I'm going to punch that out. But I'm also going to take a piece of Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to punch it out as well. I'm going to take my, I have to find my paper snips. My paper snips are in my bag. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to cut this this way. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this like this. And then I'm going to adhere this like this. Whoops. Got butterfinger fingers today. Okay. So how are we doing? So far, so good? Oh, except for I just moved that. So we're going to put this here, but we're not done. We need to dress this up a little bit, right? All right, so now I'm going to take some linen thread, and I love our linen thread. I find it actually is one of those things that is a great staple to have in your crafting room, because it's one of those things that you can dress up your cards with very, very nicely. So I'm just trying to straighten it out a little bit because it gets really, really curly from being on the roll. And what I'm going to actually do is I am going to take some tear and tape, And I'm going to put this on a diagonal. As such. Okay. And I'm going to pull this off. And I'm going to just loop this there. I'm going to loop this here. And snip that off. And whoops. And then I'm going to take my dimensionals and I am going to, excuse me, pull these off, place this about there. Okay, so how are we doing so far? So we're going to write a secret message on the inside here, and then we can continue on our message there inside. Okay, so it's beautiful, but we always need some gems. So let's take a look at these. These are called iridescent pastel gems. Love these. I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool. And I am going to just add some of these gems on here. Okay, so there's my first card done. So it's a very, very easy, fun fold. Not difficult at all, okay? So I'm going to put this stuff back in here so that I know where it all is. I'm going to clean off my stamp because that is very important to do. Okay, just give me 1 second. I really like the stamp set, actually. All right, so card number 1 is done. So here's the original card that I made. Okay, super fun. Okay, card number 2. Oh, I love this card. It's a Mother's Day card. And a couple bits and pieces to it. A little bit of embossing. Not much, I promise you. And we are using one of my favorite colors, which is called, what's it called? Pebbles Path. Okay, so here is my standard card base. I have a couple pieces of white that I'm going to use. One's going to be my inside. This is going to be the front of my card. This will be the inside of my card. This will be the front, and this will also be the front. And then I have my scrap. All right, let's get started. I need my paper trimmer, which is right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this card up just to make sure that I'm on the right angle. I'm actually going to cut a diagonal from this corner to this corner. Okay, so this is what I should have. Yes, beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. So because I already did this card once, I already have a piece of the softly stippled paper back again. Okay, so I've got this here. I already used the other piece on my original card. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this piece down. You can see on the back it's got this beautiful Calypso coral color. Go ahead and glue this here. Okay. So now I did tell you we had 2 pieces of white, right? So what I'm going to do with one of these is I am going to emboss it. And I'm going to use the distressed embossing folder. And I'm going to actually just adhere this down here is what I'm going to do. So let me just go emboss that and I will be right back. All right, so here I am. I've embossed my white piece. I love this embossing folder. It's so elegant. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive in each corner. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to the inside of my card. This is going on the inside of my card. Don't anybody panic. I did tell you I gave you 2 whites. I have 2 whites here, which I guess I don't need. Okay, so this is going here. Now, let me put the lid on here. So I have this piece of pebbled path that is smaller than a normal inside. I'm going to actually go ahead, I'm going to center this on the inside of my card. Again, tear and tape probably would have been a great choice for this as well if you have tear and tape. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to take, just want to hold that down for a second. When you are gluing onto adhesive or onto embossed paper, you need to give it a minute because it takes a second for it all to adhere down. I'm going to take this piece of softly stippled paper. Go ahead and adhere this down. Okay, this is going to be the inside. So we'll go ahead and put this on the inside of my small softly stippled paper. How am I doing so far? Beautiful. Okay, now we need to make this beautiful. We need to make it stunningly beautiful. So let's go ahead and bring in our Pebbled Path ink pad. Let's bring in our stamp set. I was just quite looking for my scrap piece of white that I just had here. That ran away. It has run away, my friends. It has run away. Okay, well, let's just grab this piece of white here, I guess. That's really bizarre because I just literally had it. All right, just another day in the studio where I'm, oh, there it is. It was stuck. It was stuck. Okay. So I'm using, okay, I need to mute her. Okay. Hopefully that's my daughter messaging me. If you're hearing those dings, she seems to be in a bit of distress. All right. Nothing major, I promise. Okay. Happy Mother's Day. She doesn't realize I'm shooting a video, I'm sure. And I'm stamping. And then I'm going to bring in my punching. And then I need a piece of Pebbled Path scrap punching. Now for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this the other way. So the first card I went up and down. This one I'm cutting side to side. Okay, I'm just going to close up the ink pad so I don't stick my finger in it. Not that I would or anything, but okay. And then we are going to go ahead and we are going to glue this. Like such. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Okay, so just gonna let that dry for a second. I'm going to use my dimensionals. Move that over a bit. Dimensionals. Okay, we're going to pull these off. close this up. Happy Mother's Day. Now I need some rhinestones. Okay, I need to grab my rhinestones, which might be hiding on me. Let me find my rhinestones. All right, rhinestones found. Now, take your pick tool. I love this tool. This is one of my favorite tools. Come on. Okay, close this up. So these are great for picking up your gems. Because if you're like me, sometimes I can't feel my fingers. Put this one there. Okay. So you see how simple this card is? Look at how beautiful this is. Isn't this gorgeous? Right? Okay. Took seconds to put that together. Minutes to put it together. Very, very pretty. Super simple. I think this will give a big wow. All right. Let me clean off my stamp. We have one more, and this one, my friends, is definitely a fun fold. It is a fun fold, and here is fingers crossed that I don't mess it up. All right. So this one definitely has some bits and pieces to it. Got some scraps. All right, what do we have here? Okay, this one I have done all the scoring for us. So I have a score line, 2 score lines, and 2 score lines here. So we definitely need our paper trimmer for this one. And again, if you are looking for the measurements for this, you need to message me, and I will be more than happy to send these to you. But you need to comment below, measurements please, or send me a message. All right, let's get going. So I'm going to line up my first score line here, and I'm going to cut down to this score line here. I know it's hard to see on camera, but just trust me on this one. Okay. And then I'm going to slide this over, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. I'm going to cut from here all the way down to here. Okay. Now I'm going to turn, and I'm going to cut from this score line to here, and this score line to here. So that's what I want. And that's what I want. So now I have this really funny looking card. And you're like, what in the heck do you want me to do with that? Well, we're going to fold this. And we're going to fold this. And we're going to fold this. Okay, so this is what we have. Bam, bam, bam. All right, let's go ahead and put our papers together. So again, using the same softly stippled paper. This is the back. It's Wild Wheat. I'm going to use this pattern here. I love Lost Lagoon. So let's go ahead. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this down. And then I have cut 2 little pieces here that I'm going to put on these flaps. So we can put one here. Oops, hang on, hang on. Hang on, you got to put them on the right way. Usually works a lot better when you put them on the right way. Because these are not a perfect square. One side is bigger than the other. Please keep that in mind as you're doing this. Okay, pretty. Okay, so let's do the inside of the card, because I always forget to do the insides. This is a super fun one. I really like this fold. It's just not one I do very often. Okay. So far, so good. All right. Now, let's go ahead and put this piece of Lost Lagoon here. Just giving that a second to dry. And then we're going to put that piece on top. Okay, beautiful. So now what we need to do is we need a piece of scrap white, which luckily, look at that, I happen to have one right here. I'm going to take my Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon is such a beautiful color. I'm going to use this one as a hello, because I figure hello you can send no matter who, what, where, and when. So let's use our glass mat. To line that up. Let's do a hello. Okay. Let's bring in our punch. Now let's take a piece of Lost Lagoon scrap. Right, so now we're done with our hexagon punch. We're done with our ink pad. Let's get that out of the way so we don't put our fingers in it. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to cut right down the center. And we are going to take our glue. And, well, you know what, might as well do this one while we're at it. And let's put this one here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You have to remember when you work with liquid glue, does not dry instantly. I'm just going to take this. Okay, here we go. What do you think of these cards so far? I tend to not do fun folds on video. I like to keep those for my classes, but I like to spoil you from time to time. So, and I know we have a lot of new viewers, so I thought it might be fun to go back and do them. Okay, let's just put some dimensionals down. Okay. And let's put this one here. And what do you think? Fun? Is this not a fun fold? Will this not wow your friends and family when you send them this? I think it might, right? All right, let's recap. Let's bring in all three cards. Okay, so card number 1, enjoy your day. And we have this fun fold card. We have our Happy Mother's Day. Such a beautiful card. And then this happy hello. So fun. All right. Well, I would like to thank each and every one of you for following me, for being with me week after week. And I would love to bring you more videos. So if there is something that you are looking for me to do a card on, or some technique that you've seen that you're not really sure how to do it, I would love, absolutely love to do a video for you on it. So what you need to do is you need to message me and let me know. If you're interested in the measurements, you need to comment on this video, measurements please, and I will get those to you. I would love if you could share this video with your friends and family. And if you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to subscribe so that the minute I post a new video, you are one of the very first people to know. All right. I thank you very much, friends, for joining me today. I hope you're having a fantastic day and a fantastic week. And I hope you will come back next week for another video. All right. Thanks for chatting, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.